It was my GP at the time that referred me to the weight management service. I'd always struggled losing weight, and I'd thought I'd had PCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome. I had a lot of the symptoms. I'd gone through all the tests and found out they were all negative, so I'd said I can't find another way of losing weight. I've tried all these diets, nothing works for me. I'd like to be referred for surgery, and I was so adamant that was the only route out. I couldn't find any other way of losing weight. So she referred me to the weight management programme, and then 18 months later I've managed to lose just a couple of pounds short of 5 stone. My first thoughts of the service was this is going to be really difficult. I didn't think I was going to be able to qualify for surgery. I was always going to be, I thought I was just negative with everything when I started. I was always negative about myself anyway, but then meeting new people on the programme, hearing other people's stories, how they dealt with things, and putting those into my own life and making those changes, that's what's helped me continue with the service and my progress. I'd started on the Eat Well programme for, I think it was 8 weeks, and that was just once a week. I then moved to OT sessions with someone called Tilly, and I only had a few one-to-one sessions because that was more about the emotional side of things, and I was really positive. Even though I'd had a lot of incidences in my life recently where I could have just gone back to my old ways, my positive thinking just brought me out of that. I then went to the dietitian, and following then through the Moving Forward group on hopefully my way out of the service. I've made small changes, and I know they take a long time to sort of sink in, but it's things like emotions, knowing how to deal with my emotions rather than just going and eating whatever I wanted. Learning about mindfulness eating and knowing that just because it's a certain time of year, such as Christmas, I don't have to go and buy these things or buy all the nice things, eat all the nice things just because it's that time of year. They're always going to be in the stores. They might just not be in the same packaging. They're always going to be there. Looking back at old photos and how big I used to be and how much smaller I am now, and it's an amazing feeling. This photo was me 12 months into the service, and the second photo you see is me now 18 months into the service. There's been a lot of things that's helped me. Like the food diaries helped me, batch cooking's helped me. I've got a recipe book with all different sort of recipes that I'd never done before, and I'd pick 1 or 2 out a week, pre-plan my shopping, and I'd stick to my list. I wouldn't stray from my list. And once I'd done the batch cooking, it was easier financially anyway. And even things like in the office, when there's biscuits or sweets or whatever, I can just walk past it because it doesn't matter because they're always going to be there. It's just being mindful of everything, knowing that no food is a bad food. You can have something, it's just about moderation. Prior to starting the service, I never used to really talk about my feelings. I'd either just keep them to myself and I'd just explode, or I'd just go in, I'd eat my feelings, and I'd just put even more weight on. Since being with the service, I've learnt to talk about my emotions, don't keep things hidden. It's important to have that support network around you, so you've got someone to turn to, even if it's your mum, your best friend. You've got to have a support network around you regardless, because it's just not going to work otherwise. You need that support with you. Even if it's just things like taking time out for yourself, going for a walk, having a bath, reading a book. Just come to terms with what's going on in your life and process things properly rather than just turn into the first thing that you see in the cupboard. I think I'm very positive about moving forward with everything. I've still got all the original paperwork from like the Eat Well groups and the Moving Forward groups that I'm in now. I'm keeping everything just so as I can recap on everything that I need to if I need to. I know that I can go back and make a food diary if I feel myself slipping again, or I talk to someone about it in my support group that I know is going to help reassure me how far I've come, and just reminisce on old pictures again and just look at my progress. And I know that I can do it. It might take me a bit longer without the surgery, but I'd rather do these changes on my own than have someone else do them for me. I did find that my weight has plateaued, and it is continuing to plateau at the moment, but I know my body does need to readjust with everything. But I found that I haven't put the weight on. I've still kept with the same things that I've been doing every day, and I know that eventually I'll be able to lose more once I can make another few changes in the future. I eventually want to go into the emergency services and help other people in a different kind of way to what this service has helped me. All my family and a few close friends that I have been really supportive with words of encouragement, telling me how proud they are of me and how fantastic I've done and how they can't believe how much weight I've lost. It's been overwhelming with the support I've got, even with people from work. They do a Fat Friday at work and a list goes round and no one says, oh Hannah, you're not doing this or you're not doing that, and they know I say no for a reason, and that's really encouraging for me. Like, I'm not having that pressure put on me to do something because everyone else is doing it. Everyone understands, and this is my life, this is the changes I've made. I have had a negative person in my support group. It was my ex-partner, and at the start of the service they were adamant they didn't want me to have surgery because they didn't want me to lose weight and leave them for someone else, and that was something that really hit hard, something I really struggled to deal with. Fortunately, we did break up and I've been able to become more independent and make the changes for me, because it was always going to be for me, it wasn't for anyone else. I wanted to do this for myself, not only to improve my health but for something that I knew that I could do. I'd recommend this service to anyone that wanted to lose weight because it's changed my life for the better, and I know it'd help change other people's, as long as your head's in it as well, because if your head's not in it then it's not your time to lose weight.